Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. I kind of just wanted to do an off-the-cuff, no script, no editing rant of the Super Mario Brothers movie trailer that was released earlier today and what my thoughts are on it. And I want to let you know, I'm old enough to have gone to the theater and watched the original Super Mario Brothers movie in '93. It wasn't a great movie. The new Super Mario Brothers movies has a few things in its favor that the old one didn't. First, CGI did exist in '93. I'm not going to claim it didn't. Sorry about the stutter. But it wasn't what you could do now with it, which was, create this really great looking semi-realistic, semi-cartoon world. The CGI in '93 was very basic, very ugly, and was very expensive to use. So oftentimes you used it only for small effects. You have that now. It's possible for an animation company to really recreate Mario's world in something that you haven't seen, in a way that you haven't seen it before. So that's one step above it. The second thing it has on it is Mario's evolved a little bit. Now, Nintendo still keeps their stories basic and their world simple, but Mario and Bowser have evolved a bit more in personality. Back in the '90s, Bowser had only been in like 3 or 4 games, and he was just the evil dragon you beat, so someone had to create his character. Nowadays, yes, he's still the evil dragon. He's still intimidating, but they've also kind of given him a bit of a personality of being a doofus. So you could throw that into a movie and use it to play up some comedy. And that's what we see in this trailer. As far as the other controversy about this movie, before I go into my thoughts on the trailer, the whole Chris Pratt, I wanted to wait and see how he did the voice. I wanted to see hit with the animation. It seems kind of fair before bashing. If you want to know why I think they're not using Charles Martinet, it's because Nintendo views video games as toys. They don't see them as literary or cinematic masterpieces. So the way they do the voice acting, especially in the Mario games, is incredibly cartoony, incredibly cheesy, and his voice works for that. For a single line or two of dialogue every once in a while, like, "It's a me," or "Let's go," or things like that, he's perfect. But if you ever listen to him try to do a lot of dialogue in that voice, it gets very irritating fast. If you want to know what I mean, you'll have to probably look for a boot camp version, because because trying to find an official version now means going to some place that sells a lot of old, outdated PC games and figuring out how to set up a virtual machine that runs a very old version of Windows. But check out his performance in Mario Teaches Typing. Alright, just listen to some of his dialogue there when he has a lot of dialogue where he has a speech that he has to give, has a conversation he actually has to give, not just a single quip. And you'll understand real fast why they went with Chris Pratt and not Charles Martinet. With that said, yes, I think the voice actors from the video games do deserve supporting roles, but them not going with Charles Martinet, that's a good thing. So what's my thoughts on the trailer? Well, so far it's not enough for me to say, yes, I want to see this movie, or no, I don't. I'm cautiously optimistic. The good news is yes, Nintendo's more behind it. Yes, we do see Shigeru Miyamoto being more behind this. But the animation house, Illumination, their movies have been hit and miss. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've really only seen, Despicable Me 1, and then I've seen Minions, and I thought both of those movies were okay, but they weren't great. So, and then throw in the usual video game curse, which has been getting better, but, Hollywood still doesn't see video games as a something that should be marketed to, okay? So there is some worries. This trailer did alleviate some worries. It really could be split into about three parts. The first with Bowser, second with Mario, and third a very, very short Luigi clip that shows what they're going to be doing with him in the game. Um, the first part, again, it shows Bowser in kind of this air fortress with lava. This has never, to my knowledge, been in any of the video games. This is something new that they created, but it does look a lot like Bowser. The Bowser in the video games would fly this thing, and you see him take over this kind of city with penguins. And there's a few things that you can note about this guy and his personality, and Jack Black does a good job because, he gets out, the Kamek introduces him, he has his royal guards, he basically growls, open the gate, he wants to fight. All these penguins come out and they kind of throw snowballs at him, which has no effects. A catapult does knock down a single Koopa Troopa, and their king is like, "You have just tasted a sample of our fury. Do you yield?" And Bowser laughs. And to show that, Bowser is a bad guy, but he's not pure evil, Kamek knocks all the penguins out of the way before Bowser blows up their base with his fire breath. But it does show Bowser is powerful. Bowser does have a bit of a sense of humor. You do see that a bit kooky sense of humor with the face he makes before he blows up that penguin base. So I thought that was good. Good. And then you see him grab this star and saying, "Who's going to stop me now?" Cue the Mario Brothers theme, and then you get Mario scene. We don't really hear too much of Chris Pratt's performance. We don't really see him interacting in like a conversation with someone like you saw with Bowser earlier. It's basically he kind of lands there. He kind of, he's in a fantasy world, so this is definitely an origin story, and he's kind of impressed, and he tries to press this mushroom, and a toad stops him. And then, it's just mainly the toad talking, and then at the very end, you do hear an actual full line of dialogue, which is like, "The Mushroom Kingdom, here we come." My thought on just that single line, because we don't really get, like I said, a lot of this guy talking, is Chris Pratt's voice sounds fine. I'd put it around about Lou Albino's voice with about how he portrays the character, giving him a bit of a New York British accent that's not over the top, a little gruff, but not to the point where it sounds like he's a mean guy or that he's unapproachable. You still see and hear some of Mario's jolliness about that when you hear him, "Mushroom Kingdom, here we come." So I thought that was good. Then we do get a final scene after, you list the actors, and it's a very short 2 or 3 second snippet of Luigi running away from things. The fact that we do not see Luigi enter the world with Mario does tell me two things about the plot and the way they're going to have him. Either number one, he's going to come along later and have some adventures trying to find Mario, or B, when they entered the Mushroom Worlds, they came out at different points. Mario kind of landed in nearby Mushroom Kingdom proper. Luigi entered into Mushroom Kingdom Hell. So, you see him running away from all these undead monsters. It's an obvious Luigi's Mansion send up. You see him kind of scared. It fits Luigi. When it comes to the character models and designs, so far what I see is pretty good. It's kind of a Mario game if they modeled it off more powerful hardware. We do see him looking a little younger. He's a little bit thinner than he is in the game, but again, difference between movie design and video game design, you especially need to have faces and bodies more proportion that can be fully animated and be able to fully talk and at a moment's notice. The designs look pretty good. I think Bowser's the best one so far. It really does capture Jack Black's performance because, he starts off, his first line's really gruff, and then when, this very arrogant penguin tells him to surrender, he's like, no. And the facial that he makes, that's going to launch a million memes. Just that face, and it's just so perfect, and it captures kind of the voice that he makes perfectly. So I think Bowser's going to be the guy that most people talk about. If the movie's good, Bowser's going to be the center of attention and not Mario. It's kind of got a Skeletor thing going on here where Mario's the hero, Mario's a good guy, Mario's entertaining, but all the personality, all the devious fun, all the good jokes, all the things that make you laugh, it's just Bowser kind of being a bit of a doofus, a very threatening but nonetheless doofus. So I do look forward to that. Now, what could disrail this? Well, first, we don't know much about the story other than it's an origin story. Bowser has some sort of star. We don't know if he kidnaps Princess Peach. We don't know what her role is. We don't know what she sounds like. We also have Donkey Kong, and we also have a character from Wrecking Crew in the cast. So there might be more of an origin story where we go back and see Mario in Brooklyn. And how long is that going to last? This lasts 15-20 minutes and it's got good content and kind of sets the stage up, that's fine. But if this goes on, we don't hit the Mushroom Kingdom until an hour and a half into a 2-hour movie, that could be a problem. We'll just have to see. What are the jokes like? What's the humor? What I saw with Bowser, like I said, that was pure freaking gold. The penguins fighting him with snowballs, that was freaking hilarious. If they keep that kind of humor up, if they keep, good facial animation, good gags throughout, this will be a fun movie to watch. But if they don't, and the jokes fall flat, this could be a painful movie to watch. So it's too soon to tell if this is a great movie. But from what I see today, my hopes for this went from, it'll be better than the 93 because it's hard to do worse, to this could be a decent movie, but it's too soon yet to see if this is a Sonic 2 or a Detective Pikachu. We'll just have to wait with another trailer, which there will be more. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts about this movie, leave them down below.